Hey folks, welcome back to the vlog. I figure I'd do something a little bit different. I normally do a big post-race write-up after a sprint boat race, but now that we got this YouTube channel, I figured why not just do a post-race vlog. So here we go. I just pulled the boats, one of the boats out of the trailer, and we got Kelly's boat right there. I'm like, hey, why not do a photo shoot with the C8 in here too? So that's what we got going on back here. I'm like, hey, what a nice backdrop to do this quick video. We just had our first sprint boat race of the season this weekend. It was on Saturday in St. John, Washington, at the beautiful facility of Webb Slough. It was a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Honestly, the weather was perfect. I think it was in the mid to high 80s. The track looked beautiful. Matt Webb, lawn boy for governor, Matt Webb. He just manicures that thing. It looks like a golf course. It's an absolute stunning facility. If you want to go to a sprint boat race, you got to go to this one, and you got to camp out. Plan on camping, and you will never experience an atmosphere like that. So on to the racing. I'm going to mostly talk about the 146, that boat over there. That's the new the boat that we're building up. That boat is built for Nicole to drive in the 400 class. It currently has a modified engine, a super modified engine of Dustin Springer's that is on a loaner until the 400 boat gets done. We tag team drove it, meaning I drove it with Tina as my navigator, and then we'd swap seats, and then Nicole and Tina would drive it. And the only reason I was doing that is I wanted to see, because it's a brand new race package, I wanted to see if there was any kind of weird handling characteristics, if it dug, if it slid too much, and those kind of things before turning the keys over to Nicole. Plus, I don't currently have my own boat to drive. My super boat is in pieces, so I might be tag teaming that boat with her until I have my own boat to drive. So I will say some really good things about. We were both just really, really happy with the way it handled. Like, there was no weird characteristics, and I felt comfortable in it right away, kind of pushing it more and more and more each run. I've never been the person to go out and lay the fast run on Q1. I just can't do that. That's not my style. I got to get the rotation in my brain. I got to get the handling of the boat figured out before I start pushing those things like that. So mission number one, my times got faster every single run from Q1 all the way to the finals. My runs got faster every single run. There was improvement. Some were some bigger jumps than others, but that was mission number one. Mission number two, it's still in one piece. It's not banged up. I got some reverse bucket repairing to do, but it's still in one piece. Kept it in the grass, or off the grass, in the water for the most part. No damage to repair, so that's always, and that boat's in one piece too. So yay, a successful weekend there. So I'll just kind of go through the runs. Q1, we went out, and like I said, man, you test this thing on the river, and you're like, you don't know if it's going to dig on you. And the first corner of the hardest turn combo at that track. So I kind of came into that corner like, I'm like, I didn't know what to expect. And when it just went right through there, I'm like, right on, this is it's handling good. And then it went right into we call it the Titty Island. It's a pretty sharp 180 corner up there, and man, it just hugged that corner. It didn't cavitate at all. It ripped right around that. So immediately it started building confidence in the way the boat handled within 2 or 3 turns. I always try to be smooth around things, and so Q1, I was a little too smooth and went a little wide right in front of the beer garden, and there's a little bit of a shallow shelf there, and I got too far out wide, and I grabbed a little bit of mud, and just a little bit of grass went in the pump, and I was screwed. So then I tried to rev it up, clear it out, wouldn't happen. So I just finished that run at about half throttle. So that was a pretty slow time. Q2 went out, okay, made a few changes, a few kind of mental changes for the driving of it. And Q2 went out there, and Dustin's engine has had a notorious cutout in a left-hand turn. So I changed everything. I changed the ignition system, put in a new fuel pump. All electrical wires are all new in that whole boat. So we're like, okay, that's gone. Well, guess what? With a little bit faster speeds, hard left right in front of the spin out pool, and it sputtered in a left-hand turn. And as it sputtered, lost my steering in a left-hand turn and went up and over an island. And I'm like, hey, this thing could maybe coast back into the water. So it did. It went just over the little beach and into the water. And I don't think I even had to restart it. It kept running, and boom, we went off. We finished the run. We didn't even have anything in the pump, cleared out the run, and we got a clean run out of it in a time, but obviously it was not a good one. So those were the first 2 qualifiers. Going to Q3, now things are starting to pick up. We solved where we thought we solved what was going on with the sputter on it. We actually were running too low of fuel pressure, so we bumped the fuel pressure up, and it started to show improvements from that. One thing real quick, like there's no way to like really test these things during the race day. There's a maintenance lane that you could maybe go put the boat in and run it up and dial the fuel pressure, but we are busy. Like you're just go. So we didn't really have time to do that. So we kind of just blindly turned up the fuel pressure, and then we put a GoPro on it to see what our fuel pressure was, and it was low. So we tried to dial it up more, and then I said, hey, Kelly, why don't next time Nicole go out, you bring the Allen wrench, bring the 9/16 and try to set it as she's sitting there on the boat ramp. And he did, and we got the fuel pressure up where we wanted it to be, and the motor started running better. So then that was confidence. And so that's when I really started kind of chiseling away at the times. We're, I don't know, 3 or 4 seconds behind Dustin in that boat. He was kind of leading the class all day long. But the more confidence we got, we started kind of pushing it a little bit more and more and more. And lo and behold, here we are. We found ourselves in the 4-cut, and I can't remember if we were the 3rd or 4th fastest out of the top 4 boats. But man, I'm a big McLaren F1 race team. I just like F1 racing. And the one thing I've learned out of watching those guys and their hundreds of millions of dollars of races, like, you will take a win or a podium any way you can get it. I don't care if the other team crashes or their engine blows up. Don't care. I will take it. I will take that podium or a win or whatever the case is. So in all honesty, we probably had maybe the 3rd or 4th fastest boat. Dennis was tag teaming Rick Phillips's boat, and he was putting some good times down, but he was having carburetor issues. I don't know if Clint had a mechanical issue or just bobbled a turn, you know, so that's all part of racing. And he'll probably beat me next race. But like I said, I will take that podium. So we go into the finals. So we cut it. We're, like I said, maybe the 3rd or 4th fastest boat out there, but we survived. And with Dennis with the carb issues and Clint with the hiccup, boom, we're in the final. So it's these 2 boats right here head to head in the modified class. So that was pretty exciting. We talked about that, like how cool it would be to have an all Jolly Roger final going into there. And lo and behold, that's what we had. Dustin been kind of kicking my butt by about a second. I don't know, maybe 1.2, 1.3 seconds all day long. So I kind of knew it was a long shot, but hey, my last run was my fastest run and the hardest I pushed that brand new boat package. So I was happy with that. Dustin went out and laid down a faster time, obviously. I think it was just over a second, 1.2, something like that. And, but there was a lot of really good things that came out of it. This boat over here is about 550 horsepower. This boat over here is about 650. So we're down about 100 horsepower, which I honestly, I still think we could have gotten those times a little bit better. I did cavitate once on that last run, but it was overall a really, really good showing by the team. And when I say the Jolly Roger team, man, it was a team effort. I like to try new things and build new things and come up with some design. So Kelly and I worked on a gas pedal design, and some things work, some things don't. Well, his gas pedal I'm always trying to shave weight, so I used an aluminum piano hinge, and well, Dustin trying to make the boat go faster, he broke the piano hinge essentially. And so the whole team pitched in with like, hey, we can make this sort of a hinge on the gas pedal. And we're cutting out some, I don't know what they grabbed, somebody's mud flap off a truck or something to try to make a hinge. And then I can't remember who the team was, but they showed up, hey, I got a door hinge. So we literally, in that boat, the gas pedal is held together by a door hinge right now. So that's what I mean by, and we're fighting the fuel pressure issue. And like, that's what I mean. Like, I'll take a podium. However, it wasn't just handed to us. We were fighting and scratching and clawing our way to make that happen. Like in that boat right there with the fuel shit, literally the gas pedal fell apart. So yeah, we were all working issues, and it came out in a Jolly Roger 1-2 finish in the modified class on race 1. So that's moving forward. The other thing about this boat, so Nicole, she has driven, I want to say maybe 3 times in her career, but never had, they're all in 3 different boats. So I am super excited to see Nicole with her own designated boat to get the feel for it and start, getting a feel for it and pushing and pushing and pushing. So our plan and our goals with Nicole were just to go out and learn the boat and get to try to work on her lines, work on the rotation, work on getting a feel for it, and that's exactly what she did. She had some really nice turn combos that were super nice apexes and nice smooth turn radius kind of stuff. So that was super exciting to see. She rocked it. Honestly, she didn't make the 8 cut, but don't care. I honestly don't care. She will be up there in no time at all. And in fact, I just got off the phone with her. I said, Nicole, my goal is for you to be beating me, and she will. I think it's just a matter of time when she will be. So that was super exciting to have an all-girl Tina and Nicole in the boat. Tina, she put in 11 runs, I think, with tag teaming as our navigator. And I didn't know what to expect out of her. She's not exactly a motorhead or a speed freak, but she kicked ass. Like, she was in there and she was giving the signals that we talked about, and she was kind of critiquing our lines and how we could clean it up. So Tina, thank you. You did awesome. That was fun to have you in the boat. And just like I said, got off the phone. Nicole loved having you in the boat. It was super fun, and we look forward to more races. The next event, I can't remember, July 24th or 25th, I can't remember. It's out in Port Angeles, Washington. Look it up on their ASB Racing Facebook page, and I think they have a web, asbracing.com, I think. Our plan is to go to there. Otherwise, the next one will be the end of August, out again in St. John, Washington. And I may have overstepped my boundaries, but I made the announcement or projection that Jolly Rogers should have five boats at Webb Slough at the end of August. So we'll see if that happens. We got a bunch of stuff in the works, but it's pretty exciting. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but we're going to try now that I opened my mouth and made that. So that's my post-race report. It was awesome being back on the track. It was awesome having a boat that started when I wanted it to start, and it was fast. It was competitive. We got a podium. We got 2 podiums out of it. So that's my post-race report. Got to do some work on both of those now, get them ready now for the next July race, and then I'm going to get back to work on the Mini. So I got to have some me time on the river. It's beautiful here in Washington State right now. I think it's mid to high 80s, sunny. Need to be on the river in a mini boat. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.